I want to discuss the mindset behind not wanting to do more because we seem to believe that it's not beneficial for us or it's not healthy. And this goes back to that message that I was sent about what did our parents do with their lives for us to have to work a 9-to-5 job. Basically insinuating that our parents waste their time, which in return it was passed down on us, so we have more to do with so little time, because not only do most people realize where they're at in life and realize what they want to be later on in life, you don't have anything to fall back on because our parents didn't pass down certain resources or generational habits or generational wealth that some people like to refer to, which is what it is. But I always say, when you look at certain things from why didn't these people do it, you can also sit down and tell yourself, this is what I actually need to do, because you're realizing that there was a problem. You're realizing that there was a gap in between what you want and what someone else was doing who could have gave you something that will help you get to where you want to be a lot quicker. So this goes back to, if you're a single man, you got to put your money first. Fitness and finance should be the only thing that you're worried about. And you don't have a job that pays you $200,000 a year. You're not a doctor. You're not a lawyer. You're not an entrepreneur who makes millions of dollars, at least not right now. But you can get to that point. But what you have to do is you have to do the grunt work. Because to be the entrepreneur that understands everybody's place and everybody's skill set to run a successful business, some of us have to start at the bottom and learn every step about running a successful business, which means if you do own a business, there is going to be somebody who you hire that does, quote unquote, the grunt work. So you're going to have to work those 80 hours a week, those 70 hours a week. It's not about, this is unhealthy. Later on, when you are old and you can't work and you have no money and you're going to be begging people or seeking help from others and they're going to tell you no, you're going to be like those grumpy old people that walk around and mad at the world. It's like, what the hell are you mad at the world for? You're in a position that you're in because of you. As a man, you need to get your money up. You need to work. All you need to do is work, eat, shower, and sleep. That's all you need to do. Work out when you can, eat healthy, sleep when you can, and work, work, work. Your bank account don't care about how you feel. You understand what I'm saying? Your friends, they're not, I'm not saying you can't have friends, but worrying about building friendships, okay, put it like this. Are your friendships going to be beneficial? Because most people have friends, and when they need those said friends, those friends can't help them. But I oftentimes say, don't worry about looking for help from other people. Help yourself. Do the hard work now so you can help yourself later. The future you is dependent on you right now. What are you doing right now that's going to help when you can't work those long hours anymore? When your health is coming into play. When you're not a young man anymore. When you don't have that unlimited energy. We all remember times where we went days. I'm not going to say days, but hours. Oh, I'm going to say days. We remember the times where we went days consistently where we only slept 4 or 5 hours or even less, because not only did we go to school, get out, go to football practice or go to a party and then stay up all night drinking, smoking weed, chasing women. You go home, you sleep 3, 4, 5 hours, but you got to get up and you got to either go back to school or you got to go to the job that you have. Let's say you're in college. All of us have those times, but the people that are successful now are the people that sacrifice partying, drinking, smoking to go do something that was going to be beneficial. The valedictorians of the colleges that we all attended, the people that earned 4.0 GPAs and became, the most successful people that graduated from the same schools we went through, the high schools, the colleges that we attended. What do you think those people was doing? And I'm going to tell you like this, some of those people were at those parties, but you know what they had? They had the discipline to leave that party, go home, sleep for those 3, 4 hours that everybody's doing. But when they got up, they attacked their goals. They put in those hours. Working 80 hours is just like somebody who went to college and studied for 80 hours a day, 70 hours a week, 80 hours a week. They put in 16 hours a day of just consistent growth or challenging themselves to get to where they want to be. You can't look at your feelings and allow your feelings to decide your decisions. You're going to make some bad decisions. And those bad decisions add up. And the more you make bad decisions, the harder it's going to be for you to get your ass out of that bad decision. It's easy to put yourself in something bad. It's hard to get out. It's easy to become fat and out of shape. It's hard to get in shape. It's easy to put yourself in debt. It's hard to get out. It's easy to put yourself in problems that you don't want to be in, but it's hard to get out. It's discipline. You lack discipline. You want to know why? Because everything you do, you're doing it based off your emotions. If you're a man, I'm sorry. It's good to have your mom in your life, but some of us are allowing our mothers, the women in our lives, to make us think like women. You are not a woman. You can't think like a woman. A woman is raised to be taken care of. A man is raised to provide a house where the woman can take care of him and her. But at the end of the day, you buy the house, she makes it a home. You release the seed, she makes a baby. You buy the groceries, she cooks the food. Your ass is going to do your work as a man. And this ain't even about women, because if you're single, I would tell you don't even worry about being in a relationship. You can have women that you have in your life, but at that point, you got to treat this like a game. This is a game where what's more important, you having a relationship with a woman or you getting to that money? Because at the end of the day, a woman gonna want you to have money. I don't care who you are. Let's not be soft and let's blame women. No, you got to put the work in. I don't understand where we built this mindset as a culture where we're not putting the work in. It's everybody to blame. It's this. We so busy worrying about what happened in history, we don't realize right now we are writing our own history, and your history is gonna suck. Your grandkids are gonna say, "What the hell did you do?" They're gonna be around other children, and this is why people don't like for kids to speak the way they do. But understand this. Kids are very blunt and they straightforward. They're not like adults who hide what they want to say and don't mean what they say and don't say what they feel because they're worried about somebody else not agreeing or they're worried about getting the confrontation. Kids will be amongst other kids and they will be put in a position to see what somebody else has. And they're going to say, well, why don't my mother and father have it? Why don't my grandfather have it? They was living around the same time as these individuals. But those particular kids that are talking about what they have that's different from other kids around them, it's not necessarily that they're bragging. That's the norm. So not only is that the norm for them, their families, their mothers, fathers, grandparents who built those resources, built that environment, it was the norm for them to outwork people that was growing up with them in the same opportunities that they had. It's just like right now, the internet, it's our era. How many people are taking advantage of the internet? You got people that are in their 20s and 30s, they're thinking like 50 and 60-year-olds because they're allowing the people that they love to be superior when it comes to their mind, when it comes to their thoughts and how they view life. No, you as a child, yes, adults are going to raise you how they want to. That's their fault. Once you get older, if it's not benefiting you and you still decide to go down that path, those belief systems and those core values, that is your fault. Some of y'all are 20, 30 years old. Y'all sound like y'all 50 and 60-year-old mothers and grandparents. No, we're not in that era. The internet wasn't like that back then, so they don't understand what you have now. And you don't understand what they had because you wasn't living back then. So pay attention to detail. What do you have right now? What's your advantage right now? The internet. Don't be mad at people making money on the internet because everybody want money. You can lie to yourself. Don't lie to me. I'm a grown-ass man with wife and kids. You need money because if you don't have money, what do? You go and beg people for money. As a grown man, we cannot beg. We go get our own resources. We put the work in. You're going to work those 2 bullshit jobs you don't like because you need to get your money up. You don't have time to chase ads. You don't have time to go home and pop something in the microwave that you got from the grocery store because you don't know how to cook. You're going to sacrifice. Learn how to bake you some chicken, make you some rice, some potatoes, eat you some vegetables, some fruit, drink a lot of water, and get your ass to work. I've been there. It doesn't matter what people think. I've had people walk up to me and ask me, why do you work this bullshit job? You look like you belong in the NFL. I'm not in the NFL. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, looks apart, I wasn't good enough. You understand what I'm saying? So make sure you understand it's not about how you feel. Don't make decisions based on your emotions. You're going to find yourself in a world of trouble, and it's your fault that you're in that predicament because you had everything you needed to put yourself in a better situation, but you chose to go down the wrong path, meaning you chose to do things based on your emotions. You chose to do things that wasn't going to be beneficial for you, and you chose to allow yourself to keep digging your hole, and if the further you dig that hole, the harder it's going to be for you to get out. And when you go ask people for help, they're not going to be able to help you. Why? Because they too themselves are in a hole. The exception is not the rule. Majority of people are doing the same thing because everybody is following everybody else. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm always going to end it with this, that mind your business stuff. Everybody business is in the world. Everybody business is everywhere. You want to know what everybody business is? Statistics, data. If you read up a statistic that 9 out of 10 Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, put me in a grocery store. I'll take 10 people, line them up. 9 out of those 10 people are living paycheck to paycheck. It may not be accurate, but put everybody in that building in a line. 90% of however many people are in that building are going to be living paycheck to paycheck. You don't have to put a name on it. You don't have to put a face on it. You don't have to put a family on it. It's everybody's business. We are minding our business. It's everywhere. People that own real estate, people that own a certain amount of wealth. 20% of the population own 80% of the wealth. So put 100 people lined up, only 20% of those people may possibly own 80% of the wealth. It's the statistics. Your business is everywhere. You understand what I'm saying? So don't say mind your business. Handle your business because your business is everywhere. Whether you put it on the internet or not, stop being soft. Stop moving with emotion. Move with logic, discipline, accountability, responsibility. Get your shit together. Work that job because later on you're going to be wishing that while you're in your prime right now, whatever age that is, because you're only going to get older, you're going to wish that you put that work in, and it's going to be nobody's fault but yours.